Hey guys, what's going on today? Hope you're doing well. Here at Hatch, and I just got back from a cousin of mine's um, wedding this past weekend up in the Washington D.C. area, and it was the first time I had seen my family in quite some time, and a lot of them had not seen me since some of the stuff with Hatch had happened or Start Norfolk. So there's a lot of things to explain to them. And what I think is very interesting is that I kept receiving the same type of questions. What do you really do? What do you do? What is this company? You know, we're so proud of you. We're so excited that Hatch is doing well and that Start Norfolk has done well. But what is it? And that got me to thinking that just because someone is liking something on Facebook saying, "Oh, great job," and seeing a picture of me next to an award or something, or one of the companies that we took in, and them doing well. But do people really understand what you're doing, even if they are basically opting in or sharing with you something that they're excited about you? And I think that's very interesting. That someone could be so excited for you yet have no clue really what you're doing. So when you're working on pitching to someone, or when you're thinking about some of the text for your website, you want to try and take something that's super big like this and really, really, really confine it down to the simplest of forms of saying exactly what you do. So for a lot of the times that I've said, Startup Nerd is all things startups, whether it's community, accelerators, events, and a couple other marketing. What does that really mean? And so what I'm going to try and do is really try and confine that down. I also just had lunch with an old colleague of mine, and he said that for the last year alone, he has spent the time taking his site and really trying to figure out what it is. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be writing anything different or that you're going to be saying anything different. But what it does say is that, can anyone that gets there within 5 seconds or 10 seconds really understand what and why they're there? And if they can't, you're most likely going to lose that individual. So be thinking about different ways. I don't necessarily know if it's your elevator speech or anything like that, but it is something that you don't want to keep in mind, because if you're going to a Harris Teeter, well, that's a grocery store. Okay, so people fundamentally know what a grocery store is. But when you say, "Oh, I'm going to Startup Nerd," okay, well, what really is that? How would you define YouTube or Google or Facebook or any of the products that you're putting together? What is 9 to 5 Jobs? What is the Hash Packer? What is Airbnb? What is all of these different things? If you can't clearly define them in the clearest of forms, in layman terms, will anyone really understand? Growing up as a journalist major and then ultimately getting a degree in that, it always taught me to write at a 5th grade level, or speak at a 5th grade level. Well, remember that when you're putting together some of the verbiage for some of your for some of your products or your services. If people don't understand what you're doing and they can't explain it back to you, they're not going to know what you're doing. So with Hatch, we're a mentor-based accelerator program. What does that really mean? And maybe it's really clear for our super users, and you can use it for that once you find them. But if you're going after something in the general public, you're going to want to make sure that you have a clear and concise response to why they're there. So that's it. Remember that no matter how big you are, people still may not know who you are. That's it for now.